In this chapter, we'll explore how foods trim away weight naturally. Once you know the basic principles, you can put them to work at home, when you shop for food, and when you dine out. In the following chapters, we will look at which foods are your best choices, as well as foods that can slow down your progress and are best avoided. Our team has been conducting research studies since the 1990s. Funded by the National Institutes of Health, we revolutionized the approach to diabetes, laying the groundwork for viewing type 2 diabetes as a potentially reversible condition for many patients. We have done the same for cholesterol problems, menopausal symptoms, and other everyday conditions. Each of these breakthroughs has led to a complete rethinking about how foods affect our bodies. This book is about breakthroughs for weight loss that provide the safest and most effective method yet available. To give you a feel for how these breakthroughs came about, I would like to tell part of this story through the experiences of our research participants. They come into our research center for tests of various kinds, and we get together weekly so they can learn how to put foods to work, and so we can track their progress. In relating these experiences, I will invite you to learn along with them. Let me first introduce you to a research volunteer named Liz. Liz was, and still is, an attorney for the U.S. government. She was in her early 30s when the study began, and her work kept her on the run. She had always tried to eat a more or less healthful diet, but had not been able to reach her goal weight. She had tried various diets, but their effects were mostly short-term and more modest than she was looking for. She joined our research study because she liked the idea of a science-based approach and felt that it would give her some structure and support. The research team told her about foods that cause weight loss. They were familiar foods, although not necessarily foods she ate frequently. She put them to work, favoring certain ones and avoiding others. The very first week, she saw the results on her scale, and weight loss continued week after week. Using a special DEXA, dual energy X-ray absorptiometry scanner, our team tracked exactly how much fat she had lost from her abdomen, hips, and everywhere else. Along the way, her health improved enormously. Her chronic indigestion, acid stomach, went away. Her cholesterol improved. Her mood was better, and she had more energy. Her friends remarked about how good she looked. At the moment, Liz is on a train headed from Washington, D.C. to New Haven, Connecticut. She has just about finished the study and is bursting with excitement. She has finally conquered her problem with some surprisingly easy tricks. Now she was headed to Yale University to help the research team answer one last question. How is it that foods could work this magic? What had changed inside her body? Arriving in New Haven, Liz made her way to a buzzing medical center where special scanning equipment would allow the researchers to look inside her cells. That is where the answer would be found, or so they hoped. At the magnetic resonance spectroscopy suite, a technician asked Liz to put on a gown and lie on a table next to what looked like an enormous plastic donut. The technician made sure she was comfortable, then flipped a switch. Gradually, the table slid into the donut hole, carrying her with it. As she lay inside the magnetic resonance scanner, the research team examined her muscle cells, liver cells, and parts of her cellular makeup that would influence how fast she burned calories. And yes, it turned out that simple food choices had changed her fundamental body chemistry. Shortly, you'll learn about the changes they found in Liz's cells, and why weight loss had suddenly become easy for her, and what it means for your cells, your body, your weight, and your health. But first, let's go back to the beginning so you can understand how we got here. Discovering the appetite-taming effect. Long before the research study that Liz had volunteered for, our team published the surprising results of another study in the American Journal of Medicine. The research volunteers were women with weight problems, some severe,